Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are looking at something incredibly special. On the surface, sure, it might just seem like a simple children's song, but we are going to deconstruct an epic journey of loss, faith, and return. We're breaking down the source material of Five Little Cats, which is this brilliant adaptation of a classic nursery rhyme that completely transforms a basic counting lesson into a fascinating cultural artifact, and honestly, a high-stakes dramatic micro-narrative.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right from the jump, the source material hooks us with a central mystery. Because, every great story starts with a departure, and this explainer is definitely no different. The main question that sets our entire narrative in motion is, where did the five little cats go? They leave the safety of their home, they step out into the wider world, and it sets off this whole chain of events that will absolutely test their family's bonds.
Section 1. The Cultural Adaptation, From Pawns to Prayers.
Now, to understand how this story works, we really have to look at the intentionality behind the text. If you look at the traditional Western standard, Five Little Ducks, the ducks just go out to play. It's aimless, right? It's recreational. But look over at the adapted text. Our Five Little Cats have a very specific, purposeful destination. They went to the mosque to pray. With just a simple, brilliant swap of words, the source material grounds the whole narrative in Islamic practice. It instantly makes it relatable and culturally resonant for a Muslim audience.
And that cultural grounding continues right into the parental figures. Instead of a generic mother duck, the source material introduces us to Baba and Mama cat. Now, Baba is an Arabic and widely used regional term of affection for father, so by using this specific vocabulary, the story instantly signals its demographic. It creates this immediate sense of warmth, family, and familiarity for the listener right out of the gate.
Section 2. The Mathematics of Loss, a Quantitative Decline.
Let's actually trace the physical journey these cats take, because this is the core mechanism that makes the song tick. In every single stanza, they follow this exact route. Step 1, they leave for the mosque to pray. Step 2, they go over the hill. Step 3, they are far away. Step 4, we hear the parental call of meow, and Step 5, the return. This repetition of going over the hill and far away acts as a brilliant pacing mechanism. It establishes a rhythm, a completely predictable cycle of departure and expected return. And that rhythm is exactly what makes any deviation from the cycle feel so deeply unsettling.
Because a deviation is exactly what happens. When we track the attrition rate of our kittens, it reveals a pretty stark reality. 5 go out, but only 4 come back. Then 4 go out, 3 come back. The numbers just drop steadily. 3, 2, 1, 0. What starts as a simple pedagogical lesson in subtraction for toddlers literally turns into a high-stakes traumatic saga. With every single verse, the loss compounds, and you're just left wondering if this family is ever going to be whole again.
Section 3. Baba and Mama Cat. Tracking Parental Involvement.
Now, the adults in the room are definitely not just passive observers here. If you map the caller to the remaining cats, it reveals this fascinating tag team dynamic. Baba Cat takes the lead in the beginning. He's the one calling when the returns drop to 4 and 3. But notice what happens when the situation becomes critical, when we drop to 2, 1, and 0. Mama Cat tags in. She takes over the calling right as the narrative tension peaks. And then finally, a totally new figure, Sad Cat, enters alongside Mama Cat's call for the ultimate resolution. The story is so carefully dividing up this parental labor.
But, regardless of whether it's Baba or Mama calling, the message is exactly the same: meow, 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 meow. This is the universal, desperate call made by the parents. It acts as the emotional narrative anchor in every single verse. No matter how far away the kittens go, over the hill or beyond, this familiar 4-part call reaches out to them. It represents the constant, unchanging pull of home.
Section 4. The Climax of Zero, the Narrative Low Point.
Yet despite that constant pull, the mathematics of the story push us toward an inevitable crisis. After this steady, rhythmic countdown, the established pattern is completely shattered by a truly devastating line in the text. But none of the 5 little cats came back. It's a moment that really forces you to pause. The safety net of that repetitive structure we talked about, it failed. The parents called, but the kittens didn't answer.
So, the crucial point here is this absolute stark reality. 0. The absolute starkness of 0 cats returning. Mathematically, it's rock bottom, but narratively, it is the ultimate low point of the story. The family is entirely separated. The tension is at its absolute maximum, which perfectly sets the stage for what needs to happen next.
Well, thankfully, the source material doesn't leave us in despair for long. It actually maps out a rapid sequence of events right after the 0 count. Step 1. 0 cats return. Step 2. We get this sudden, really poignant shift. Sad cat goes to pray over the hill and far away. Now, we aren't explicitly told who sad cat is. Maybe a parent, maybe an embodiment of the whole family's grief. But they take the exact same journey of faith to the mosque. Then, step 3. Mama cat makes her call one more time.
Section 5, the triumphant return, faith and restoration. Which brings us to the energetic emotional resolution of our micronarrative. This combination of actions miraculously reverses the attrition. Think about it. Sad cat went to pray, taking that same path over the hill and far away. Mama cat issues her universal call of meow, and suddenly the mathematical decline is shattered in the absolute best way possible. All 5 cats return. It is the perfect synthesis of the cultural faith element, the prayer, and the enduring parental bond that finally brings the whole family back together.
The text totally celebrates this cathartic return with a joyful concluding line. And all of the 5 little cats came back. All that dramatic tension we've been building up as the numbers dwindled from 5 down to 0, it's instantly and wonderfully resolved in just this single phrase.
And this brilliantly illustrates that the resolution is absolute, 100%. 5 out of 5 cats returned. The circle is finally complete. It shows us not just mathematical wholeness, but emotional wholeness restored at the end of the journey. The subtraction has been totally undone.
But the source material gives us one final, fascinating reprise that really drives the point home. If we look at verse 1 compared to the final reprise, we see some incredible growth. In verse 1, Baba Cat calls, but only 4 return. There's immediate loss. But in the final reprise, after the whole journey, the loss, and the restoration, 5 little cats go to the mosque to pray. Baba Cat says his meows, and this time, all 5 little cats come back. There is 0 loss. The family's routine is restored, but it's stronger and way more resilient than before.
So what does this all actually mean? We started by tracking numbers, right? Just counting down from 5 to 0. But as we've seen, this simple countdown actually functions as a powerful tool for teaching so much more. It teaches routine, it teaches cultural practice, it teaches the anxiety of separation, and the pure joy of reunion. So I'll leave you with this. Does storytelling teach us more than just math? Next time you hear a simple rhyme, look a little closer. You might just find an epic journey hidden inside. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.